Anthem on the track.
Zip 'em up, pour out a
Anthem on the track.
zip 'em up. Pull from the sippy cup. Tuck my chicken up, mask on my face like I'm sick as fuck. Yeah, I paid for the bodies like nip and tuck, nip and puff. Rap niggas just live it up. Bottom feeders speaking lobster fluid. Opportunities. Schools are hard knocks, never had to dodge a cop for truancy. Carry chops so the ops will ruin me. Popping toolery and a copper jewelry. Look. What? Pick on somebody a size. Look, Johnny a slide like Bonnie and Clyde. Pontiac, Bonnie's glide with young shooters like Bronny inside. It's a homie outside. Yeah, twin flexing and my shit coins. Yeah, they 10xing like 10 XRs. Yeah, my boomies is booming. I've been Xing like Gen Xing. No doubt, bitch, I'm Gwen Steffin. Twin weapons when I'm twin stepping. Yeah, bitch, I'm duplistic. Yo, Timothy saying, yeah, that's two biscuits. Chip fools like I'm fool schnicking. Cool mystics, dualistically too vicious. They wanted mystical red. All they got was pistols instead. Red dots. Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots.
Check.
Red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots. Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots.
Kings don't die, we multiply. Streaming while we socialize. This season we gon' open skies. Crabs coming through. They gon' show they hots to open eyes. Mask on these fools, keeping hope alive. Screaming vote or die. Time to vocalize. Our disgust them. Clips bust the wrist cut is chipped up. These sick fucks is chipped up. Zip up the fifth up and zip fuck these sick fucks. I don't waste time.
Track.
Zip 'em up, pour out a little liquor from
Anthem on the track.
Zip 'em up, pour out a little
Track.
Zip 'em up, pour out a little liquor from the sippy cups. Yeah, the blickers tuck my chicken up. Mask on my face like I'm sick as fuck. Yeah, I paid for the bodies like nip and tuck, nip and puff. Rap niggas just live it up. Bottom feeders speaking lobster fluently. Opportunists seeking opportunities. Schools are hard knocks, never had to dodge a cop for truancy. Carry chops so the ops will ruin me. Popping toolery and a copper jewelry. Look. What? Pick on somebody a size. Look, Johnny a slide like Bonnie and Clyde. Pontiac, Bonnie's glide with young shooters like Bronny inside. It's a homie outside. Yeah, twin flexing and my shit coins. Yeah, they 10xing like 10 XRs. Yeah, my boomies is booming. I've been Xing like Gen Xing. No doubt, bitch, I'm Gwen Steffin. Twin weapons when I'm twin stepping. Yeah, bitch, I'm duplistic. Yo, Timothy saying, yeah, that's two biscuits. Chip fools like I'm fool schnicking. Cool mystics, dualistically too vicious. They wanted mystical red. All they got was pistols instead. Red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots.
Kings don't die, we multiply. Streaming while we socialize. This season we gon' open skies. Crabs coming through. They gon' show they hots to open eyes. Mask on these fools, keeping hope alive. Screaming vote or die. Time to vocalize. Our disgust them. Clips bust the wrist cut is chipped up. These sick fucks is chipped up. Zip them up the fifth up and zip fuck these sick fucks. I don't waste time. All you bitch niggas been exposed. Turning water into wine. Sinning with some cinephones. Winning is the pinnacle. The grinning is so cynical. Spin with those who spin with you. Remember women tend to do what they present to until they introduce us something winners do. Shit. My credit good, I've been approved. My head is good, she been the truth. A nigga solid, check the centrifuge. Here come the interludes. Here come the interludes.
Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots. Little Uzi crystals and red dots. All they got was pistols and crystals and red dots.
To this day. To this day. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed, yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Yes, yes. That right there, Red Dots. All right, featuring Blue Pillar, Red Pillar. All right off of that Scorpion Kang. It's called Red Dots. It's coming soon. It's off a project that's on the way. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, hit them likes. Peace to the family in the building. I didn't know if y'all could hear that or not. So yeah, thank you for the responses and whatnot. And that was a response. You see, I listened to the audience. I listened to y'all. Y'all told me at the end of Melanin Mondays that you wanted me to start playing that music again and whatnot. So I was like, you know what? Screw that monetization bull crap that they be on YouTube. You know what I mean? I don't need they nickels and pennies and whatnot. If we get a copyright strike for playing our own shit, then so be it. You feel me? But we're gonna take it back to how it was before. I'm not gonna be a slave to the algorithm. You know what I mean? I don't want to do the bunny hop like Meek Mills just to get that little fucking check. You know what I mean? It really doesn't mean anything to me. So we running it back. I'm gonna close it out with it. I'm not gonna run that one back. I'm gonna close it out with maybe another song, maybe China Flow. Oh no, Herbal Prophecies, featuring the world-renowned Lizzie Jeff and the legend Jefferson. You feel me? I just created a playlist on the YouTube channel for all of our music. Because that we have about 30 videos on it. I didn't even know that, to be honest. It's not all music videos, but it's like audio. Some of them are audio, but the majority of them are videos. And I made a whole playlist so people who may not be familiar with the collection, with the what they call that, the catalog, you could become familiarized with the catalog via our playlist. And you could you could get you some red pillar, blue pillar, twin pillar, and everybody else that we are associated with that makes the money. I mean, it makes the music, and yeah, it makes the money too. You dig? So shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Cambada. Shout out to Black Magic 363. Shout out to A. Rashid. Shout out to KT the Archery. Shout out to Black Dot. Shout out to Ghetto Shaman. Everybody that we've done music with, that we made history with. Shout out to Eve Saint Lyric. You know what I'm talking about? My guy. Look, me and you got a classic, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Me and you got a classic, and we in the era of what they call streaming. So all music is new music. Me and you got a straight classic. We should remaster that thing and put that on them streaming platforms and let it do what it do. Say it like you from Baltimore. Let it do what it do. You feel me? But yeah, we've made some beautiful music over the last few years. I would say more than a decade ago. We was doing shit in 2009 and whatnot. Probably even before that, but kudos to that. Shout out to everybody in the building. I'm gonna do a quick roll call. Not gonna be long because we're not gonna be too long tonight. I believe we're gonna go for about an hour. I have some engagements to engage with. My good brother Source Guard. Let me upload a flyer right here. If you're in Atlanta, you don't even gotta be in Atlanta. Because he's doing something live online. He's matter of fact, speaking about all of this music business, the brother is releasing a mixtape, and that mixtape features, a matter of fact, that's what I'm closing out the show with the song of the year, the Facts Jump Off. We got to close it with the Facts. Start for Law. We should have opened it with that, to be honest with you, but the United We Stand album release, album listening is tonight. So we gotta support. And you know what I mean? Me personally, I gotta support the good brother Source Guard. He got a new spot in the A called a Source Spot. You know what I mean? Called a Source Spot. So that's a celebration. Anytime anybody gets what is known as a physical node, we play around on the internet all day, but the real touchdown is what is called a physical node, when you could take what is on the internet and bring it into the real world and, have a place for people to actually truly pull up and touch, you know what I mean? A physical node. If you're on the internet and you have a following, or you on the internet and you're building up a following, you should definitely want to turn that into something physical. That's where the real reward is, when you can see real people face to face and you can pull some real results from that, rather than, just being on the internet. There's nothing wrong with the internet. I'm not taking no shots at internet culture or online activities. However, we do have to coalesce in the real world because we have real world issues to deal with, right? So this is the virtual listening party. It's going to be on Zoom. United We Stand part two, right? And this is from the good brother Sauce God and his people over at the Sauce Spot. All right. So shout out to him. He has on this album. This album is gonna be crazy. Illuminati Congo, Sorbet, Red and Blue, Sunrise, Free, Lava. We got Free Soul and Lava, Lizzie Jeff, just to name a few, right? This album is gonna be fire. I heard the majority of the tracks. I was there when he recorded a lot of those, and I'm just letting you know, if you know anything about the good brother Sauce God, bars. You know what I'm talking about? Bars and flow. Yeah. Bars and flow. Shout out to Memphis.
To this day.
My heart is in Memphis. You dig? So yeah. Australia's in the building. You dig? Australia's in the building. Shout out to Australia. You dig? Shout out to Chi-Town. You know what I'm talking about? East Africa, London. Yo, this is a global show tonight. What bomba Mandem. We got the Mandem from really across the grid. Broward County in the building. Clarksville in the building. Yeah. Greensboro in the building. I see you. Shout out to Greensboro. New Orleans in the building. Oh, got some wonderful news that I want to share with y'all tonight. The month of April, which is coming up, is going to be a powerful, powerful month for the KTL conglomerate, you know what I mean, for the network and whatnot. I'm going to talk about it more as we move along. Charlotte, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see y'all too. That's where a lot of the good news is going to be coming in. We are going to be hitting the road in April officially. We're going to pick back up where we left off in 2022. We're going to be touring, and I'm clipping on my mic. We're going to be touring. We're going to be touring the South. You dig? We're going to be touring the South. Is the audio better now? Pardon me, I was projecting. And we're gonna be doing movie screenings. By show of hands, how many of y'all had the opportunity to go and see American Maroon? How many of y'all had the opportunity to see the documentary American Maroon? All right, hold on, drop a bomb for that. All right, from the good brother Tariq Nasheed. All right, and it's currently available on FBA Stream. I'm gonna share this with y'all so you can see what it looks like. Shit is fire. Me and Blue Pill, Kaba Kameni, Professor James Smalls, the legend. All of these are legends. A few other people. The good brother Chase McGee, I believe is his name. You said the audio is still cracking, like not crack-a-lacking, but cracking up. The mic has a little bit of static. Let's see what's going on with this microphone. Yeah, dig. Check. Check. Mic check. How we sounding? How we sounding? Did it change at all? Voice of the yes, there you go. Voice of the ancestors, Chase McGee. You know what I mean? It's still distorted. Do I have to put the fake voice?
How we sounding now? What are we talking about? Are you dumb?
What about now? How about now? What about now?
I'm sounding good. Staticky? Oh man.
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I'm turning knobs and shit. I don't know what to say. You know, trying to let me whisper and shit. You know what I mean? Let me turn down. Let me just turn down. Maybe that'll be it. Okay. Let me just turn down. Is it a loose wire? Hey, I don't know. Because the funny thing is I don't really hear it too bad on my side. So I gotta, yeah, y'all pushing through with me. Okay. Yeah. So make sure all of the ports are connected. Let me see. Because my son being here playing with shit. So I'm not gonna blame it on a 2-year-old, but let's see. Static. Still static? Damn, Gina. Maybe I'm just have to turn the microphone off in its entirety. If we going through all of that, I'm gonna just turn the system down. It sounds like the mic cord is messing up. All right, let me do this because I'm big on audio, right? I'm big on audio. My theory is that your visuals could be janky, but if the audio is not good, then you're not good. So give me 1 second. Let me see something real quick. I might have to just. My iPhone microphone. Yeah. How about now? Turn the mic off, then back on. How about now? How's that? It's better? It's a little better? Yeah, pardon me. That's on me because I don't like bad audio. So I could definitely share in the in your you know what I mean? Like I could share your sentiments because that's a no. That's no bueno. So y'all saying that it's all good now and we good. So good. That's what's up. That was what was intended from the gate and whatnot. Salute. So yes, get a podcast mic and really good microphone. Yeah. You know. We'll make that happen. I thought this shit was a good microphone, but you know, it's all good. Where my dude Black Light at? I'm gonna need my audio engineers to pull up on me and get me right. You know what I'm saying? Get me right. I'm a one-man army. Asan, who saw the Wu-Tang last night. Wu-Tang is in running up for the best show on TV right now. I don't want to hear about Snowfall because I don't sell coke or crack. I'm not into that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna. Niggas is like Snowfall is the best show on TV. Houseway, this niggas is selling crack. I'm going with Wu-Tang. They giving me inspiration. You know what I'm talking about? 9 melanated men coming together. 9 melanated men coming together to make a dream come true. I'm with that. That's inspiring. How y'all niggas is watching Snowfall and get inspired? You just gonna want to sell crack. I even with the Godfather Harlem, that I was looking at selling Doogie for a minute. I'm just playing. I was like, what the Doogie price is going for? Because Bumpy is making this shit look exciting. You know what I'm saying? I might take a swing at the Doogie. You dig? But back to the good news. Okay. The good news is for the month of April, we are gonna be touring, and we got the cosign from the big homie Tariq Nasheed himself. So this is not some bootleg ish. You know what I mean? We got the stamp. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm just saying it now. I'm gonna make the official announcement. Y'all are privy to early news and whatnot. But we coming to a town near you. I'm focusing on the South. We are focusing on the South, particularly. If you watch the movie or the documentary for that matter, then you'll understand why it's so important to take this documentary throughout the South, because they've been trying to shut our people down with the critical race theory conversation and whatnot. This documentary blows that shit completely out the water. So with this documentary, along with Chat GPT and other new research tools in the fields of AI, nobody has no excuse to say, I didn't know. Okay. You can't say my parents didn't know. That shit is out the window, out the door, and we ain't going for it no more, because we have what we need in order to elevate our self, and not just us particularly, because we are right. We got it. If you on this live right now, you are considered to be saved. You know what I mean? You saved yourself, but those around you who you might not want to continue to let drown in the quicksand, because I know that I had said, let them niggas drown. I remember saying something like that, because I'm like, yo, it's a waste of time. They not trying to, you need to focus on the people who really need this information. But when it comes to things like documentaries and whatnot, that's truly what it's made for. I learned something watching the documentary. For me, I'm thinking I know a lot of shit. I walked out of there like, damn, okay, John Horse, you was putting it down, brother. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, John Horse. You know what I mean? Like, it's a solid piece of work, 3 hours. And y'all are gonna love it. We're gonna be doing panels. We're gonna have signed merch. You know what I mean? And we coming to a town near you, in particular, Houston, the Carolinas, Atlanta, and parts of, what's that? Alabama or something. We're gonna go to the deep South. So yeah, we need this shit, man. We need this shit, bro. I'm telling you, bro. We need this. Okay? We really do. This is for the people. You dig? Shout out to the Moors. Feel me? Memphis. Yeah, we'll roll the dice on that one. You know what I'm saying? We'll roll the dice on that one. Yes, definitely Florida. The documentary is heavy on Florida and Georgia and the Carolinas, and of course the Dismal Swamp, which is on the edge of VA and whatnot. Is heavy on all of that information. And then also going into Mexico, which has become a hot topic that we'll touch on briefly. I would love to do the tag team with Blue Pill when we unpack this whole Mexico thing with the Scorpion unit, right? Because that's the rising power to the two brothers that got assassinated or was murdered in Mexico. And that gang, the cartel, right? They called the Scorpion unit, like the Scorpion unit out of Memphis, right? That went ahead and did that boy dirty and whatnot, and took his life, right? And it is, and then we of course I gotta bring Pope Pablo through because he unpacks it like no other. He will definitely point out the aspect of the shadow of the Scorpion blood moon and how this aspect or this motif of the Scorpion keeps revisiting us in blood. Were they black? Does a bird fly? You feel me? Yes. I don't use, they were melanated. They were Africans. Yeah, they were brothers. You know what I mean? They knocked them off. And then word came out today that the cartel wrote a apology letter, right? In case y'all might not have known that, you know what I'm saying? The cartel wrote an apology letter and they were like, yo, that wasn't on us. They allegedly they gave up the people who did it. You know what I mean? They tied them up. They had them tied up and whatnot. And the cartel was like, we washing our hands of these nincompoops because they wasn't completely following orders. That's not what we didn't tell them to do. That we didn't tell them to do it. Okay. You said, Pete, but the Bitcoin, what did it fall to? Just give me the number so we could go ahead and buy some of them shits when I get off of this show. You know what I mean? Because I go shopping when Bitcoin starts falling. I'm not, you know what I mean? I ain't one of those people who, you know, I know what's coming up in the future. So let's just leave it at that. So what's the number on the biddies? 19? That's not that low. I needed to fall lower than that. I wanted to hit 16. They thought they was Haitians. Right. You know what I mean? I didn't know the Haitians had so much smoke in Mexico. So if I say, you niggas watch out. You know what I mean? Y'all out there making Mexico hot. Huh? So they do this right around the time of spring break. For people who may not be aware of it, you know, Mexico is popping for us. You know what I mean? Especially with the resorts are adding things of that nature. It's not known for us to have smoke in Mexico with the Mexican cartel. You know what I mean? So this right here is a rare case. Cartel suspected of American kidnappings issued an apology letter, right? So they said that they sorry. They didn't mean for it to happen. Okay. The Gulf Cartel apologizes to the Society of Matamoros, the relatives of Miss Ariel, and the affected American people and families. Right. Yeah, they killed a Mexican woman in that shootout when they were shooting the brothers up and whatnot. They killed a Mexican woman as well. That part of Mexico, however, has a travel advisory of level 4, right? It's level 4. Okay. Yes, I did hear about the asteroid in Haiti. I'm gonna look into that. Okay. The name of the town means more killer. Yes, Matamoros. You know what I'm saying? Matamoros. So remember, they killed Malcolm X's next of kin, his grandson, right? Who was the future of, you know, he had potential to be a future, quote unquote, Malcolm. And nobody said anything. He didn't get as much press as these brothers is getting. No offense. You know what I mean? They call in this case the tummy tuck 4, right? They disrespected them. The media, the American media is so quote unquote disgusting that they put the brothers rap sheet out there, right? The American media, not the Mexican media. They didn't go ahead and try to drag them. That was the American media that did that. This was before the apology note came through. The American media was slamming the brothers and made it seem like they was, you know, of course, out there dealing drugs or up to no good. So they went ahead and ran their rap sheet and shit like that, trying to smear their names, and then had the nerve to call them the Tummy Tuck 4. What from how, Sway? You would never do that to none of your quote unquote Europeans, right? You wouldn't call it the mayonnaise 4 and whatnot. If you know what I'm talking about, how you gonna call them the Tummy Tuck 4, bro? That's so disrespectful, but whatever. And look at the pictures that they chose to use, right? Very sketchy looking pictures. You know, whoever controls the media controls the narrative. That is very, very true, right? Very true. However, that's why the importance of melanated media, you know, is needed, right? Because we got to be able to tell our own stories, and we can't leave it up to like Shannon Sharp and the other brothers that are sportscasters to begin to tell our stories, nor can we just put it on the shoulders of podcasters. No disrespect to any of those talented brothers and sisters, the Shannon Sharps of the world, but family, that's your lane is sports. You do a good job at that. You stay there, and you know what I mean? They have these brothers wearing multiple hats covering topics that they don't have too much insight about. And, you know, that's just the way that they have our people as talking heads these days. And we need to distinguish, the intellectuals, the brothers and sisters who have some type of understanding about what they're talking about, who are not getting past papers to, you know what I mean? It's almost like they're ventriloquists, because the executive producers who do not have melanin in their skin, they're the ones that are writing out what these people are saying. The teleprompters, they're reading off of a teleprompter, they're reading off of a paper, they're reading off of a whiteboard, and they're not the writers that put this information. They're just the faces. They're almost like a chat bot in a sense. They're what we call talking heads. They're just talking heads. They're not thinking for themselves. So we need to know, where is our media at? Because they're killing us in the media when they put stories like this out there. And it's like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the fifth person got stuck in Brownsville. They didn't have their paperwork. She got Jesus on her side. They went for her jibs. Really? What happened? The rap sheet was clean for all of them. Them cartels is known for organ trafficking. You just got to know what part of Mexico, because it's not bad throughout the whole Mexico. The same way it's not bad throughout the whole of America like that. You just have to be able to move in the right type of quote unquote environment. I'm not going nowhere that has a travel for restriction on it though. Respectfully, I don't care how tough I think I am. I'm not going to no foreign country with a travel for advisory to get no new teeth. You know what I mean? To get a tummy tuck or none of that. It's not worth it. I ain't doing it. I don't give a fuck what kind of procedures that they got going on. I ain't going. You know what I mean? I'm skeptical about the Colombia trip to fix the jibs. You know what I'm saying? I'm still weighing that out. You know what I mean? They got, cocaine hippos out there and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? You be careful, y'all. Y'all going into some sketchy places to get shit done. You know what I mean? I know it's at a discount rate, my niggas. But El Barrio, it ain't safe outside. It ain't safe everywhere. And I've said it before that our face card ain't that great outside of America. It don't hold the same weight that it held a few years ago. Niggas that goofy time the niggas been on and shit like that, it don't hold the same weight. They'll test you, whereas they wasn't testing niggas before like that. They will test you. They will test you, bro. But I believe places like Playa del Carmen, the Cancun, Tulum, shit like that still lit. Don't get scared. Don't get spurred. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go ahead and vacation and turn up, just have your head on swivel. Being black is probably the only reason that they are alive. Well, 2 are dead. So what are you saying? It's 4. Like, let's do math. Like 50% of the travel party got eliminated. Like, that's not a thumbs up, my nigga. That ain't a win-win. That's not a W. When half of your party that's not a W, bro. You know what I mean? That's not a W. So I just leave it at that. I'll do more research on it to see what's going on. It's been immediate comma. They probably noticed this ain't the Haitian. What's that? They got beef with the Zoes or something in Mexico? I don't sell drugs, and I don't, you know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on in the underworld. Y'all gotta hit me to shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm not, I don't have cartel GPT. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on in that world like that. If Netflix, if they don't have it on Netflix Narcos, nigga, I don't know. I keep I'm out of that. I stay out of that business right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to know about it. I don't know about it. And for the people that do know about it, handle your business. Yeah, I heard them say that they was mistaken for the Haitians. You feel me? Them niggas don't look Haitian. Do that look like Haitians to you? You know what I'm saying? They don't look too Haitian to me. I don't even know what a Haitian necessarily looks like, but they don't look like that. Human trafficking is what they were saying. Yeah, they seen a play. But a play, I mean, they had a broad day shootout, my G. They aired them tires down. They aired them out. God damn, that's how they playing out there. You know what I'm talking about? The cartel like the police. I'm not going nowhere where cartel is running shit more than the police. For all of you defund the police people, you have fun with it. Go ahead, have fun. Go into those cartel areas. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Take your tough ass into cartel hotbeds. They on the other side of the street saying they went down there to link with El Chapo for the dirties and the Fiznine. Shit. Anybody playing with that Fetty Wap, man, you got a death wish. That's all I gotta say. You niggas is tight. You walking on a tightrope. You in the Squid Games. You are playing on a real motherfucking you walking on pins and needles, playboy. You know what I'm talking about? You walking on pins and needles. They took back the power. Fam, cut the bullshit out, man. What are you talking about? They took back the power. They took back the power to do what, though? Terrorize the community? They took back the power so they could kidnap people that are on vacation, just trying to enjoy themselves. They took back the power so they could organ traffic people. They took back the power so they could do what? Take young women into prostitution and sex trafficking. They took back the power so they could put avocados and strawberries under cartel rule. Now, that's not taking back the power. Like somebody said, y'all been watching Snowfall and listening to too much Chief Keef, my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all need to just wake the fuck up, because that's not it right there. You niggas want to live in cartel paradise and whatnot. You watch too much Netflix. You know what I mean? You watching too much Netflix. I ain't with that. That's not the no. That ain't it. It's not a touchdown. That's not aspirations. We don't want I don't want to be in no motherfucking outlaw towns and shit like that. Maybe a maroon town like we were talking about with the documentary American Maroons. Maybe something like that. I'm with that. I'm with this. When you go and do the research on how the maroon towns was rocking and whatnot, I'm with all of that. Where we were controlling our own narrative. Yeah, and them people wasn't running down on us, but we didn't have it. We was not living in a lawless society. You understand? Let me play the trailer.
There are a lot of misconceptions about Maroons. Typically in literature, whites will say that the Maroons were uncivilized, they were unorganized, they were lewd, they were barbaric. These were the people who lived in the bush.
There is no other group on the planet Earth that have taken on the devil the way we have, in his own house.
Some estimates say that there are about 50,000 Maroons that you can find per year throughout the Americas.
The Great Dismal Swamp was an area between that Virginia, North Carolina, the eastern border area. This was a popular area for a lot of not only runaways, but natives. A lot of the black natives hung out there. The Gullah Geechee were known in that area.
Because that's who we
Fair
are.
use,
You can
fair
put us
use.
anywhere in the world. We are survivors.
If you are really tapped in with your environment and you become one with that ecosystem, right? You know what I'm saying? That ecosystem begins to work with you.
We were robbed of our definition of who we were, which is our nationality and our tribe. And we fell into the description of what we were from someone else's eyes.
Resistance is not just about not only violence and physically fighting back, but there has to be resistance literature, resistance language.
A whole 2 detachments of U.S. soldiers got mowed down by the Black Seminoles. They destroyed an entire U.S. military force. Out of 110 people, they killed 108. That's damn good shooting.
The Black Seminoles were using all types of guerrilla warfare tactics, and these warfare tactics are studied in military schools to this day.
They didn't like Muslim slaves. The same reason they didn't like Indian slaves, because they weren't afraid to die.
Once you realize you're not safe, your children and your families aren't safe, the people who you're bringing in the world are not going to be safe long after you, there becomes a need to stand up and survive at all costs.
We are the Maroons. We are today's Maroons. We are the force that's moving forward. We will never be stopped.
That's right. So that's my type of, you know what I mean? If we're going to get on some outlaw-ish, you know what I'm saying? If we're going to be on some outlaw-ish, that's the only thing I'm co-signing. I don't know about nothing else. Now, I'm not going to say that the Mexican cartels is on some, they not riding like that, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't with it. I'm not the way that they be doing people, man. You know? Not the way that they be doing people, man. And yes, I just got, they reached out to me from Jamaica, the Maroons, Chief Cuffy and them. He had somebody reach out to me. So shout out to the brothers and sisters over there in Jamaica. Like I said, we're going to start a conversation that's much needed right now. I ain't with arguing or petty debates with brothers and sisters in our community. I endured, you know, all of that for the damn near a decade, and it almost gave me an ulcer, right? I'm not dealing with that. For all of the Moors that's out there that's getting butt hurt about the use of the word black and all of that, you know, no disrespect, but you're gonna have to make a documentary, fam. You know, y'all been out, you gotta put your coins together and you gotta put something on the big screen. You feel me? Go holler at your chiefs and everybody that's your big home. Go holler at the big homies, the sheiks and whatnot. Put some coins together and put that information out, fam. You know what I mean? Put that information and feed the people, bro. Stop feeding the algorithm with all of that bickering. Y'all be out here sprinkling salt on the internet, and you know we did a lot of work in Harlem. You know, none of y'all was there when we were standing up against the real quote unquote offensive. We had a real war going on in Harlem and on the internet in the years of 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I ain't see the majority of these new brothers wearing fezzes. Y'all wasn't even Moors at. Y'all didn't even have knowledge of self back then. So we fought that fight. Why y'all still on the internet fighting the same fight, bro? Why have y'all not evolved? And why have y'all not demonstrated something of a quote unquote, you know, of why have y'all not produced nothing, bro? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all letting people run laps around you. Why you not putting out books and documentaries? The name of the documentary is American Maroons and whatnot. You feel me? Come on, fam. Yes, and Chat GPT deaded all of the middleman energy. I'm not even talking to Negroes no more. I got a new best friend. My bestie is Chat GPT, Anything open AI is throwing out, that's my bestie right now, because that's who is giving me the answers that I need without ego and back talk and all of these other things. Let's just keep it on the information. You know what I mean? Because that's where I'm on. Yeah, shout out to Llama. Whoever got hold of Llama, we're gonna have to do a whole show on the Llama leak, because they done leaked the whole goddamn Facebook. They leaked the whole goddamn. They leaked the nuclear weapon on the internet the other day. That, I'm gonna just say it like that. They leaked a new AI. They leaked Skynet on the internet. That's what happened. And y'all might not know what I'm talking about. Y'all might not know nothing that I'm talking about, but like I said, on March 18th with Brother Rich, I'm doing something that will eventually become a documentary, but we're doing a workshop called Masters of the Universe, how to become an artificial intelligence entrepreneur. There's so much going on in this space, right? Every day is some shit popping. I mean, I can't keep up with the news. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I got my I just got certified in the Chat GPT masterclass. You know, just a beginner, just a little beginner. You know what I mean? But you know, we've been diving in. You know what I'm saying? I wrote a book, AI for Star Seeds, and that's available. It's on my website and it's on Gumroad, and it's going stupid. It's going crazy. Shout out to everybody that's copping the book for their babies and their little ones and whatnot. I appreciate you. It shows me that you care about your children. You know what I mean? It shows that you care about the little ones. So yeah, salute to you. But yeah, March 18th. Matter of fact, let me give you a commercial. Where's the volume?
Hey, look, man. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours, Brother Red Pill reporting live and direct. Sometimes if you want to live in the future, you got to go where the future is created and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm reporting live and direct from the Starship. I'm reporting live and direct from spaceships and Bankhead. I'm reporting live and direct from the future. I'm reporting live and direct from the dungeon. I'm reporting live and direct from Stankonia. And I'm letting you know, on March the 18th, we turn it up. We taking this, you know what I mean? I'm taking y'all to the future on March 18th, okay? The workshop is Masters of the Universe, how to become entrepreneurs in this digital economy. Me and Brother Rich are gonna make history. All bets are off the table. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all get y'all upgrade. This is gonna be the way that we celebrate spring, by springing forward about 50 years into the future when we tap into this conversation. Love and light, y'all. Peace.
Aye. Aye. Yeah, Stankonia, baby. It's only right that I went to Stankonia where there's spaceships on the walls. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Outkast, Goody Mob, you know, Future, all of the legends that come up out of Stankonia. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If y'all don't know what Stankonia is, you got to do the research, man. You dig? Yeah. Somebody say y'all still on crypto? Shit. Is a bird still flying? You know what I'm talking about? You're about to see crypto about to go crazy. Amazon is about to release a marketplace for what is known as NFTs. Crypto and Web3, the blockchain and cryptocurrency, it's not going anywhere. Crypto is going to meet AI this year. Before the year is out, they're going to merge. You're just seeing the rollout. Dungeon family, shout out to the dungeon. You know what I'm talking about? Legends. You're just seeing the rollout of AI, but AI is eventually going to merge. It's going to bring back the quote unquote Web3 conversation. If you are an investor in cryptocurrencies, I heard Ripple did good in court and whatnot. I highly suggest that you go ahead and you know what I mean, and stack your coins. You know what I mean? I never turned my back on cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is the long play. Okay. It's the long play. It's not the get rich quick type of thing. It's the long play, and it's not going anywhere. Shout out to Netverse and everybody with the Netverse and shit like that. But yeah, it's definitely, you know, we ain't going nowhere with it. We still here with it. You feel me? We still here with it. AI is a completely, it's a completely different thing, but it's also highly related to everything that we've been talking about over the past 2 years. The evolution will be digitized. This is just part of the evolution moving into what is known as the fourth epoch. You know, we welcome change. We welcome technology and upgrades the same way that you niggas welcome iPhone 13 to move up to the 14. It's the same thing. It's the Moore's law. You know, everything has to upgrade. It can't stay stagnant. You know what I mean? Our people are so used to being in stagnated environments that we just think that everything's supposed to stay still because your hood might look like you living in the 70s on some snowfall type of shit. You know what I mean? You might be stuck in the 80s in your city and whatnot on some, you know, Godfather Harlem or BMF type shit. You know what I mean? You might be living in those environments. But I'm here to let you know you have to look outside the window, or you have to sit down and meditate and start envisioning yourself in an environment that is going to do what? It's going to support a futuristic mind state. You feel me? Because I'm not looking backwards. That's what we're doing documentaries for, to put the information out there to help the people catch up and whatnot, so they could see themselves. If you could see yourself in the past, because if you watch that documentary and you walk away feeling defeated, or if you walk away feeling like you moist and whatnot, then you need to just hang it up. Go get a head transplant. You know they're doing head transplants right now. I'm gonna pull that up. Go get a new head, nigga. Go get a new head, nigga. Go get a white man's head or somebody. Go get a, you know what I mean? Go get a new head. Because you don't need to wear the head of the quote unquote melanated man right now. Real talk. Real talk. You know? You don't need, you know, you don't need that. You don't need that. Because that documentary had me walking away feeling real bold. I was ready to, I'm like, let's take it there on some John Horst type shit. Look, transplant surgeon claims that human brain transplants are technically feasible. Niggas is transplanting their heads, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You talk about man is acting like God. They out here transplanting heads and brains, bro. Shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you know, when man, I'm glad I wasn't religious, because Jesus coming down with the wrath. Man out here playing games. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We out here playing games. But yeah, man. The zombie parasite they found in Antarctica. Yeah, that's crazy. But I promise you, that documentary had me feeling like a warrior. It was waking up DNA and was saying, it was speaking to me like, fam, we've been so bamboozled and hoodwinked by these slave narratives and these quote unquote passive aggressive stories that they programmed into us, that we almost shy away from being warriors. You know what I mean? We almost want to apologize for being warrior minded and whatnot. We almost are afraid to beef up around certain type of people. We turn down and whatnot. We turn down our gangster. We turn down our warrior to appease another group of people because we know they scared of us, right? Because they remember what we have forgotten, especially in places like Florida, especially in places like Georgia, and especially in places like the Low Countries in South Carolina, North Carolina, where the Gullah Geechee and where the Seminoles, the melanated Seminoles, derive from, and things of that nature. You know, we strike fear in the hearts and the minds of them people because they know who we are. That's why they out here giving out 100 years to our peoples and whatnot. That's why they throwing people under the bus in places like Florida, the land of flowers, in places like Georgia, in places like Texas. You feel me? Those are where the brothers get them football numbers. They punishing them for what their ancestors did because they're like, we got to get these people up off the land and whatnot. We got to throw them underneath the jail for 100 years. They anticipate brothers and sisters with the Kodak black locks in their hair and whatnot, and with the face tats. Yeah, they want you to sell the Fetty Wap, the fentanyl. They want you to engage in quote unquote penitentiary, throwing bricks at the penitentiary so they could go ahead. They want to pull you over and find a chopper in your car because theoretically they want to give you 100 years because they want to get you up out of here because you have tattoos on your face. You have locks, long locks down your back. You have facial body tats and you wear gold in your mouth. You remind them of the Seminoles. You remind them of them free Negroes because you could only wear gold in your mouth if you was free. Slaves wasn't wearing gold in their mouth, but niggas had gold in their mouth. Okay. A very long time ago. Okay. Slaves was walking around with full grills, my nigga. I mean, not slaves. Free men was walking around with full fucking grills. Okay. Full. The same way that you see in places like Florida right now. So they lining them up. DeSantos, that's your governor. They lining them up. They want to get them up out of here. And they've been banging on our people ever since they took over the South. And the documentary shows you they just took the South over in the 1800s, man. Right after the Civil War. The motherfuckers was getting their asses handed to them prior to that. Okay? Prior to that. They was getting their asses handed to them. Okay? They didn't have what it took. You know, they was getting sent up. They was getting sent up. So shout out to the warrior spirit in our brothers and sisters who are now rappers and drill rappers and drug dealers and gang bangers and carjackers and shit like that. You know, lost in the lost tribe of Sabaz. What's the name? American Maroons. I'm gonna pull up the point again. The lost tribe of Shabazz, you know, that's who these brothers are, right? If they don't know who they are, then they only gonna carry out and do the shit that they're being programmed to do, you know, by their environments, you know what I mean? By TV and shit like that. You feel me? You know, their level of ignorance just comes from the lack of not knowing anything. Henceforth, while we doing this campaign, we're gonna, for the month of April, we will be screening this documentary all throughout the South, the deep South, right? In the trenches and whatnot. This right here, this is not for moist niggas. No disrespect for all of my zesty followers. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no, you know, I don't got no malice in my heart towards you. You know what I'm talking about? But this not for you though. This is for the wizards. This for the women and this for the warriors. You know what I'm talking about? Because the women give birth to the warriors and, you know, they like choosing up. You know what I'm talking about? They choose up and that's who we going to ride for anyway. We bust our gun and we chop shit up for them. You know what I'm talking about? And they support us. And, you know, the zesty niggas, they more so want to ride around with the colonizers. You know what I mean? They're more attracted to the colonizers. You know what I'm saying? That's who they riding with because they were the ones that were selling us out. You know what I mean? No disrespect. You know, they sit with this colonizer. They shine the colonizers' shoes. They tie their shoelaces. You feel me? They twerk for the colonizer. So this is not for you. You know what I'm talking about? But this for the warriors. Because that's what this shit is about. This is about that get back. This is about that lick back. This is about the real lick back. You know what I mean? This is about that real lick back. Standing on something. Not folding. Standing on business. Some shit that we don't see anymore in our quote unquote community. So we're going to wake up the spirit by showing people what it looks like on a big screen. There was some reenactments in the documentary, you know, axes was swinging, swords was chopping, hammers was hammering. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, it might make some of y'all queasy because you're not used to seeing pink people getting taken down like that. You know what I mean? But you're gonna have to get used to it because it's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's history and it's the future. You dig? I'm getting deja vu. I said this already one time before. But yeah, man, this is a dope documentary. I'm not saying it because I'm in it. If I wasn't in it, I still probably would say this. I would say the same thing. I would keep it at 1,000. Hidden Colors 1 through 5. You know what I mean? I publicly, we interviewed the brother on Blog Talk Radio when part 2 came out. I've supported every single one of them, right? Never sprinkle salt, unlike some other people that are out here. You know what I mean? I never was out there sprinkling salt. I just was like, go and watch the documentary. The brother's doing his thing, and he's highlighting, he's giving the master teachers a platform to take them off of YouTube and out of them lecture halls and putting them on big screens. You are not immortalized, right? In Black America, or in America for that matter. Let me not even say that. In America, because we are American culture, you're not immortalized until you're on that silver screen. You're not immortalized until you're on a silver screen. It's out already. It's on the streaming platforms. It's out on the streaming platforms. I believe the name of the streaming platform is FBAstreams.com. This is American-Maroon.com, and is streaming on FBAstream.com. I signed up to FBA Streams. I paid them $8, and me and the Wiz watched it. You feel me? We watched it. Even though I was in it, I went ahead and gave him some bread, and I watched it. You could watch it tonight with your loved ones. You feel me? You could watch it with your loved ones. Yeah, they got a 3-day, a free, free 99, a free trial. If anybody needs that, you feel me? If you need the free trial, they got it for you. And you go ahead and you watch it. And then you go ahead and let me know how you liked it, how you like me now. But to see it on the laptop or your flat screen is one thing. But to see it on a big boy screen in the theater, right, eating some Raisinets, that's a whole nother experience. And then afterwards, to have the opportunity to ask questions to the quote unquote stars of the documentary who will be on the panel, right? Like I said, we got Professor Smalls, we got Cabo Kameni, we got Red and Blue Pillar, we got Chase McGee. I believe my brother Q Reeves, his wife, right? Miss Reeves, she's in it. She's bodying it. And there's a few other people. Vicky Dillard, she's an executive producer, I believe, or a producer. She's in it as well. Baba Phil Valentine is in it. You know, we got the legends there. You know what I mean? Professor Smalls, did I say that? Yeah. Legends, okay? Legends. And I may be missing a few other people. However, you know, when you see it, you'll see it. You know what I mean? It's 3 hours. It is exciting. It is informative. It draws, it speaks, it gives you a proper historical narrative. It's going to shake. Am I acting or dropping gems? Oh, I'm dropping gems. I don't do no reenactments in there. I'm holding on to my acting chops for something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold my acting chops. I want to do a Love Jones reenactment. So it is a documentary. Yeah, it's a documentary. And what it does for anybody, it's going to be controversial. And what we want it to be, we want to get on Fox 5. We want it to be controversial because controversy sells. We need an NBA player to retweet this shit like they did Hebrew the Negroes, because They was banging on our people about critical race theory. They banned critical race theory from the schools, but then Chat GPT came out. And y'all might not understand what that means. Not just Chat GPT kicked down the door, like the GDs kicked in the door. You know what I mean? All that did was kick in the door, and it onboarded 100 million people. There's 100 million people tapping in to just Chat GPT alone. But then there's 1,000 AI tools that are already out there, right? Chat GPT just one of them. There's 1,000 AI tools that have came through the door, right? And 100 of them come out every day. So even though they banned critical race theory, you could pick up your phone and ask the goddamn AI about your history. You could find out about your history. You don't got to be in school now to find it out. They're in school and they could cross-reference what their teachers are lying to them about with the AI. Depending on what AI model you're using, that is going to be like, they're going to be like lies. They're going to be like, that's not right. That's not true. You know what I mean? And you could cross-reference it. So they banned us from learning our true history. Why is Florida so scared? Because Florida, in particular, St. Augustine, is one of the main places where our story begins in the continent, in the Americas and whatnot, right? So the documentary showed the timeline of the Moors being defeated in Spain, 1492, how Columbus, after the defeat of the Moors, came into the Americas, and he had Moors under his quote unquote control, right? Under the sword, because they executed thousands of Moors in Spain after they lost the war. And then, of course, when you put a sword to the neck of a sailor and you say, I'm gonna cut your wife's head off, or I'm gonna cut your head off, or your children's head off, if you don't give me the maps, or if you don't get on this goddamn boat with me, they're gonna get on the boat. Right? So this was the stipulations after they get conquered. All right, either you become a Christian or you die. So once they become a Christian and get baptized, anything that they riding for Christendom, and they're gonna have to cross their brothers and whatnot. And that's exactly what they were doing. So this story is for your children, so they do not run around with their heads up their mother. She let Paw watch American Maroon. This is for your, show this to your elders. They're not going to get upset with you. Show this to your people, bro. Okay? Show this to your people. It's not as controversial as some of those other documentaries may be. It's giving you the straight information about our existence and our struggle and our fight and our determination, and the fact that there was so many of us that was free. Go and look up John Horse. He's like he's the star to me of the documentary. The way his story is going to be a major movie. Mark my words. They're going to make an epic movie about John Horse. John Horse. Okay? You grab 2 copies of the AI start. You a legend. Appreciate that. You a legend. You know what I'm talking about? You a legend, bro. That's what I'm talking about. You know. Get that for the babies, because they need it. So John Horse is a melanated man. They talk about how we got into Oklahoma, how Black Wall Street was. It's very informative. It's 3 hours. It goes in. It goes in. It goes in. I'm excited about this. I haven't been excited about something like this in a very, very long time. We're gonna be all up and down the South in April promoting this, right? Screenings, Q&A panels, meet and greets and whatnot. And then in Dallas in May, they're gonna have an FBA conference, and we'll be up there talking as well on a panel. And we'll be sharing our insights, and we'll be a part of that as well. It is not on Amazon Prime, sweetheart. It is on his personal streaming platform. You know, he went ahead and he launched his own personal platform, which I commend him for. You know, you gotta, you know what I mean? Maybe to make sure that Amazon doesn't take it down if it gets into some type of quote unquote controversy. You have a standalone platform where you are going to be a little more safer than being on a place like Amazon, because if they decide to pull the plug, you out of here. You know what I mean? You have nothing to say because you have to basically go by their rules. So what's needed is for NBA, NFL, rapper, actor, you know, Michael B. Jordan or one of them. You feel me? Homie that played Kang the Conqueror. We need one of them to retweet this and get in trouble with white folk. You know what I'm talking about? We need them to retweet this and get in trouble with white folk, so people start being like, "Oh, I didn't know that was," you know, you know, it's you got to play the media the same way that Martin Luther King and them played the media. You got to play them against themselves. You have to be strategic. You know, I didn't see the Maroons talking on YouTube. I don't know. Yeah, man, we got to bring Kyrie back. I think Kyrie has carried us enough. I think, yeah, we need Drake to do it. Shit, fuck. We need Drake. You know what I'm talking about? We need Drake to retweet that. We need NBA YoungBoy to retweet that or something. You know, I'm gonna activate my I got a few rapper I got some rapper favors in my back pocket. I'm gonna have to activate some rapper favors and have these niggas retweet it, you know what I mean, and get it out there, because I promise you, this really is for the youth and the warriors, so they can understand, you know, that the warrior that they have in them comes from their ancestors more so than it comes from the big homies, or, you know, a perception or them perceiving that this comes from the gang. This is not gang right there. This is, you know, because what are you going to tell a black boy? Like, I'm raising a 2-year-old, right? You could see the spirit in certain children. You could see you see spirits in children. Certain children are born with a certain type of demeanor, like something, you know what I mean? Like, they just gonna be who they gonna be. You know what I mean? So it's like, when you have it in you, when it's in you and not on you, how do you steer? Right? They put the children in sports. They start playing in football, crushing shit. You know what I mean? They get into karate and whatnot because they got a lot of aggression. They got a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? And they just pop off. You know what I mean? They just be popping off. You know what I'm saying? So we got to steer these children in a certain direction so their warrior spirits can be both contained and it could also be nurtured and whatnot. But you can only nurture the warrior spirit with some good information. You can't have ignorant warriors out here. You can't have warriors, headless warriors, only end up in the grave, and then they crash out, bro. They crash out. You could go wrong. You can go wrong with sports because you playing sports, but you don't know nothing. You feel me? You don't have knowledge of self. You don't have knowledge of anything. So you really just a crash. You a crash test dummy. You wind up that you easily are swayed. That's why niggas is in the armed services crashing out. Right? They got warrior spirits. They threw fatigues on them and they jumped on, kicking them niggas out of helicopters in Basra, Iraq, in Fallujah, and all of that, crashing out, trying to play G.I. Joe. And that's not what this shit is about. That's not what our people was about. Okay. We wasn't on some G.I. Joseph type shit. We was fighting in our own armies. You know, headless, right? Headless. They got the spirit, but they headless. They haven't got their heads together, right? You feel me? They hop with no hip. Or niggas is hip with no hop. You got to combine the two. You got to be Bumpy and Malcolm at the same damn time. Yeah, I was in basic training and in boot camp. Nigga, they break you down. That I was in boot camp, bro. I wasn't even in the armed services. I was in boot camp. And they was breaking you down just in basic training, just with the programming, waking your ass up at 4 a.m., banging on you, screaming on you, letting you could only eat. I'm carrying logs and shit, jogging and whatnot, 3 miles. And for anybody, the person that asked earlier, yeah, I saw Easy, the block captain, put Hitman Holla in an early grade.
To this day.
Yeah, rest, yeah. Yeah, get him out of here. Fuck out of here. Yeah, get him up out of here. Hitman Holla, get up out of here. You got washed. Dirty. That was a dirty 30. That wasn't even a gentleman's 30. You got washed. You too arrogant. What I was talking about with Skynet is the fact that Meta, they leaked a whole quote unquote, Meta leaked their LLM, which is the large language model, which is what ChatGPT is built on, right? ChatGPT is built on ChatGPT 3.5 is built on the language model ChatGPT, right? So, or it's, so they leaked it. Meta has a version called Llama, and they leaked it on 4chan. So 4chan is the quote unquote hotbed of white, 4chan is where Dylan Roof and all of them come out of, right? The boy that went to Buffalo and mowed down the people, that's 4chan. 4chan is where they all congregate and whatnot. So the people on 4chan who know how to code, they know what to do with it, right? They know what to do. We don't know what to do with technology like that. We don't have enough blurs who have broken out of their mold. There's not enough blurs on the front lines to whereas we're that's why we're not comfortable talking about technology, because what happens? We scared of what we don't understand. Like Nas said, you hate what you don't understand, and that's understandable. You know what I'm saying? That's understand. I get it. That's why I'm arduously helping our people, onboarding them with what I don't know everything about AI. I'm learning as I go. I'm learning every day. You know what I mean? I'm locked in this room in my office, learning every day, right? Taking these classes, getting these quote unquote certificates. I got 4 certificates to my name right now. You feel me? 4, right? I'm learning every day. Okay. But these Europeans, they kind of have a jump on us, right? Yeah, these are the Annans, the incels and whatnot. These are suspected race soldiers. They have their hands on an AI with no parameters. What does that mean? ChatGPT has parameters, right? It has guardrails, right? It's protected. You can't ask ChatGPT, yo, how do I kill somebody and get rid of the body and whatnot? Give me the 10 best ways to do it. You can't talk to it to get it to answer to you nefariously. Oh, well, leave it up to the white boys. They already, that what they do, they hack things. So they already hacked ChatGPT. They got not safe for work, Midjourney, Midjourney porn. You know what I'm saying? I got the site for that. Whatever. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You could generate AI porn and shit like that. Because they break everything. But they didn't even have to break the llama, the Facebook Meta llama. That somebody just dropped it in there. They stole it. It leaked. They leaked it. And this is humongous. This is a big story, and it's not making the type of headlines that it should. But you're gonna hear about it. Believe you me, moving forward. Remember, you heard it here first. You will hear about what's about to happen. So these people got their hands on some shit that could potentially become Skynet if they tweak it and whatnot. And I'm not saying this to put no fear in nobody and whatnot, but we're just we're really in a real interesting space right now. Like, this shit can go any place. It's really up to where that's why it's important to have your mind right. If you're struggling with mental issues and whatnot, yeah, you're allergic to technology. Okay, Candace. you know. Yeah. Yeah. It's man is mind and all is mental. So my mentality is this shit is gonna go where the collective mind is going, right? We have to stay as a collective mind. We have to, even in this lecture, Masters of the Universe, I'm gonna deep dive into the morphogenic, the magnetic fields, the morphogenic fields, how our minds are connected and whatnot. You have 100 million people on Chat GPT right now. So there's an egregor that formed as a result of that. There's a collective mind that's out there. It's manipulating the quote unquote morphogenic fields and whatnot. It's a good thing. It could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. But, we have to really understand how science works. We have to understand how this universe works. And we also have to understand who the people behind this AI, what are their ultimate goals? You study Ray Kurzweil with the 6 epochs and whatnot. They are going to do everything in their power to achieve what is known as singularity. They're doing everything in their power to achieve what is known as transhumanism. They're going to do everything in their power to reach what is known as the 6th epoch. And that's where man and machine merge with the universe and it becomes conscious and whatnot. We're in the 4th epoch right now. We're also in the 4th industrial age, and we're also what is known as the 4th dimension and whatnot. This is the great reset. This is why everything changes. This is your Aquarian age, right? We are officially here, right? We're here now. So, eat your Wheaties, be good, you know what I mean? Meditate and see yourself like Bobby, Phil, Delbert, and the master teachers told you. See yourself sitting back on your throne on some King the Conqueror type shit. Because in order to break out of this spell that we're under and whatnot, I'm talking about? Yeah, the efficiency definitely ramped up by Bashira. This is on the chat 3.5. They're on 3.5 right now. They've been tweaking it. 100 million people are feeding it, right? So it's getting smarter, right? It's upgrading. It's a neural network, large language model, reinforcement learning, machine learning, and whatnot. So it's becoming smarter. It's taking your information and it's expanding, right? Nothing to be afraid about. Keep in mind, they've been doing this. The governments all around the world had their versions of Chat GPT in private forever. The only difference is the public now has, or what they call the community, has access to the tools that powerful governments had access to forever. These are what are known as prediction. These are high advanced prediction models. Okay. These are prediction models. Yes. Weird science. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm also going to be talking about that in the lecture that's coming up. Rest in peace, Biggie and whatnot. I should have opened it up with a Big song. I remember where I was the day that Big died. But anyway, yes. And I talked about it before. You can now ask questions with your voice. Yes. It is officially on and popping, because I talked about it before where I said the minute it gets to where you can speak to it, right? Now they just launched this. I'm gonna show you this. I shouldn't, like I said, I have an engagement and I'm over here chopping it up with y'all. And we're gonna keep this, we're gonna wrap this up in a minute because I don't want to have people waiting for me. But I said they released this yesterday, right? March 7th, right? 2 days ago, they released this right here, right? This is DID. It launches a web app giving ChatGPT a synthetic human face and a voice. Her name is Alice, right? Go figure. Alice in the Wonderland, right? So they basically was like, yeah, there's people out there that's illiterate. They don't know how to write. You know what I mean? So they were feeling intimidated and whatnot, where they didn't know, they can't interface with ChatGPT because they illiterate, right? They don't know how to write. So they went ahead. That's the excuse that they was using. And they went ahead and they put a face and a mouth to a quote unquote a chat bot. So now you out here talking to Alice and she talking back to you, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I was playing with Alice, bro. Alice is no joke. She was spitting some things to me. Okay? She was spitting some things. She was giving it back. I was asking her some real crazy shit, and she was giving it back, bro. Right? So I'm like, damn, that's different. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me see a video. Let me see if we could show her talking. She's interesting. I'm gonna get all kind of copyright strikes, but you know.
Economy. The first thing you're gonna need is money. Well,
Chat.did lets users talk with an AI. Really talk. No keyboards, no cursors, a face-to-face conversation. You can ask me almost anything.
You don't find that way to propose to my girlfriend?
Read a funny story for my kids to make them laugh.
Explain quantum physics to me as if I were a 7-year-old.
What is the better baby name, Sarah or Sophia?
Please host my family's trivia night.
Cheer me up with the worst dad joke you can think of. Settle this argument. Bowls in the top or bottom of the dishwasher. Anything.
Inspire me in a sentence before my big meeting.
You have the power within you to overcome any obstacle and achieve greatness. Just go to chat.d-id.com now to really chat with ChatGPT.
So yeah, there you have it. I mean, it goes further, but that's Alice talking to you. She all pasty. She need a tan and whatnot. But by 2 weeks from now, you're gonna be able to have Red Pill talking to you. Like, she's just the prototype. She's not the end all be all. She's just the prototype. You know what I mean? They're gonna roll out the option to basically make your own face talking to you. So for entrepreneurs, this has big implications. I'm a money man. I'm a businessman. I'm a serial entrepreneur. When I look at things, I think differently than how other people think. I don't think in fear because I read a lot. You know what I mean? And when you read and when you study, you don't have to be, children get scared. You know what I mean? Little niggas get scared. You know what I'm talking about? I don't get scared at shit like that because I'm not a little nigga and I'm not a child. I'm not afraid of the dark like that. You know what I'm talking about?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
I don't live my life in suspicion. That's not the way to live. I'm highly optimistic. Optimism and optimistic people, right, are what bring society closer. Okay? Optimism is what moves society. If you was a pessimist, how could you move society forward? Pessimism or pessimists, they don't build things. They destroy things. They don't move forward. They move backwards. So I don't look at things from a glass half empty. I look at it for a glass full. It's all mind state at the end of the day. I mean, what the fuck? We've been in school with all of these master teachers for all of these years. For what? For what? What do we learn? And you're gonna be tested. You learning all of this shit. You in front of the goddamn YouTube for hours and hours, for years and years, and you don't think that you're gonna be tested. You don't think that you're gonna have a pop quiz. You don't think that something is gonna test your consciousness, right? Somebody was talking about the AI and consciousness. My thing is this: humanity has been dumbed down to such a level that it's going to be easy for AI to look like they have consciousness. Niggas is dumb out here and proud to be dumb. So it won't, the computer or the artificial intelligence don't have to try that hard to even look intelligent, because niggas is not intelligent out here. They on a 3rd grade reading level. And let's not talk about the children and their lack of education. It's not me saying it. Let the stats speak for themselves.
To this day.
You know what I'm saying?
To this day.
And let's not talk about the culture that's encouraging people to not even speak properly or to think properly or to conduct themselves where they can articulate them thoughts properly. No, everything of the opposite is what's going on. So how the hell do you think that this AI is not going to surpass these dumbed down humans in about 1 year? Come on now, let's stop it. You could bet. I'm not betting on humanity at this point. I'm not rolling the dice. I'm not on humanity right now. You niggas wasn't human a few weeks ago when you was in your metaphysical occult classes. Now you want to be human? Fuck out of here with that. I'm not a human. You know what I mean? So I don't adhere to that human shit anyway. And, you know, I don't give a fuck about what's happening and whatnot. Everything that's happening supposed to happen. Everything that's going on was written to happen, and it's supposed to happen. And, you know, I'm just here as the observer watching it happen. It ain't affecting me no how. You niggas, we need to have a conversation about how the fuck they getting the coltan and the cobalt out of the minds that are running these computers, these electronic vehicles, and these phones that we have. If you niggas, we want to talk about technology, let's talk about the slave labor that it takes to build everything that's electronic that we have in our possession and whatnot. All of that shit is cursed. The same way that I said rappers running around with diamonds and whatnot, the diamonds is cursed because the people, right, who were mining the quote unquote diamonds, they were slaves. They was in the caves dying and whatnot. They're under slave labor. They basically underneath a whip. They don't even have toilets in their villages, in their towns and what. That shit cursed. Blood diamonds. Diamonds is carbon and whatnot. It gets compressed. So if the people who are mining all of this stuff are oppressed, right? Do you know how deep down in the earth they're going in South Africa to pull up gold and diamonds? So when the rappers is out here getting clipped, getting shot up and whatnot, just, you know, getting headshots and getting murdered religiously and whatnot, they all wearing diamonds. They all was icy. I'm like, I don't trust the diamonds, niggas. I don't trust the diamonds. I think there's something on the diamonds. You said I'm merging with the machines. Hell no, I ain't merging. Nigga, I will never get no motherfucking chip in my forehead. I don't give a fuck. I ain't doing none of that shit. I don't listen. Like I said, y'all be taking me explaining technology for an open endorsement. I'm not endorsing it. I'm an observer. I'm teaching you niggas about it because you're in it, right? If you're not in it, throw your phone away, throw your tablet, send it to me. I'll send you the P.O. box. You know what I mean? Get on your donations, nigga. Send me all of the technology. If you out there fake anti-technology, nigga, you need to stop it. Send me your dildos. You know what I'm saying? I'll repurpose them. Okay? Let's start with the fake outrage for our Chris Rock, you niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Selective outrage. Let's not do it because it's not going to get past me. I'm not letting it get past me. You can try that with somebody else. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't doing it over here. So we're past the 100. We're 1 hour and 30 minutes. And with that being said, it's getting late. I got to go. Love and light to all of y'all. And we'll continue this conversation hopefully before Melanin Monday. But if not, Melanin Monday. You feel me? And, you know, it's all love over here. It's always love. You know what I mean? No contempt whatsoever. It's always love. I wish everyone the best of the best. I just want us to win. You don't always got to be right, but you definitely got to win, bro. Think about that. Let's just let that shit marinate with that one. Niggas is always trying to be right, but they never win nothing. They not winners. I'm focusing on the win. I want the W. Am I going to reheat the silicone? How'd you know? I'm going to put it in a new cast and whatnot. We're going to recast your dildos. You know what I mean? Send me the tech. Send me the tech. I know what to do with it. You know what I'm talking about? I know what to do with it. If you so scared, send me the tech. You know what I mean? Preferably anything from Apple. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we're going to end this on a right note with some God hope. Matter of fact, now we're going to end it with the facts. You know what I'm saying? We're going to end it with the facts because that's going to be on streaming platforms at midnight. Y'all be able to look that up and you can stream it and you can enjoy it. It's finally coming. Shout out to Sauce God with his release, right? We releasing it on a project called United We Stand Part Deuce. I might even go live at the brother's album release. If you in Atlanta, shit, pull up. Don't be shy. Go on Sauce God's page, Sauce God 901. He got all the information. Yeah, pull up, pop a bottle or something. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, shout out to Pope Pablo and everybody else. You know what I mean? KT, everybody, mama, the whole fam. You know what I'm saying? And all of y'all, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here with me tonight and hearing my crazy rants. And yeah, that part. And rising power to them families out of they got affected by that situation in Mexico, man. You know what I mean? Rising power to them brothers and sisters too. Peace.
Okay, so we put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the ground, I'm stacking up these C-notes.
Facts.
Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. We gon' put this shit on our back. Found out the hacks, but I need it back.
To this day. To this day.
Pull up where we at.
And that's facts though, I talk factos. That's J Babe, I go Astro. Floating focused on my cash flow.
How the audio on that? How the audio on that?
I'm a refloater, I do what I wanna. Stacking the winter, sunbathing the summer. My chakras align and I shock them like blunt. Only part with your knowledge, your nigga is problem.
At these events, I'm a god to my people. Got out the streets, yeah, we dodging a Rico. Game of roulette, I'm a casino. The game wasn't fair, yeah, the odds wasn't equal. Squad got the Chico, my squad got the Chico. Game in the drought, yeah, they starving the people. Blaming the doubt, make it harder to eat, yo. Not a placebo, that's not a placebo.
The food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the ground, I'm stacking up these C-notes. Facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Found out the hacks, but I need it back. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. We in your city, pull up where we at.
Started in Richmond, art of my district. Heart of the mystics, started for biscuits. Father the isfits, martyr the misfits. God is my witness, God on my hate list. Moving the weight, we started with fitness. Moving with states, we art of the richest. Give me the blues, my heart is in Memphis. It's part of adventure, started my venture. The F is for food, the A is for art. The C is for clothes, I'm playing my part. T is for tech, I'm playing it smart. S is for shelter, I stay in the park. Acres are acres, get lost in the dark. We playing a part, we playing it smart. Facts.
Okay, the food, the art, the clothes. We put this show on the road. The Vatican getting exposed. You better stay on your toes. Repo, tilling the land, focus on the ego. Open my heart, let go of the ego. Ran out the ground, I'm stacking up these C-notes. Facts. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. Found out the hacks, but I need it back. Fuck it, we gon' put this shit on our back. We in your city, pull up where we at.
It's a movie. It's a movie.
To this day. To this day.
Face